Alright, what's up, what's up, what's up? I am back, another late night, early morning recording. I don't know how I'm staying up later and later, drinking a lot of tea. But this is decaf. I don't even understand. This is my favorite. This is brought to you by Bengal Spice Celestial Seasonings Herbal Blend. Caffeine free. I don't know. This joint keeps me up. Maybe it's the cloves. But I'm so sad. I knew I should have picked up another box at Kroger. But I thought I was like, surely I'm not going to drink that much tea. But I did. And this is my last bag. Oh. So, yeah, as you may or may not have noticed, or if you're new to this viewing, thank you for checking it out. But I have a channel name now, and I figured out how to separate it from my personal name, so I'll be a little more incognito. But Elsie's Catharsis. Ta-da! It's so perfect! It's so apropos! It's so yummy, it tastes good. Which, to a projector, tasting things energetically is kind of a thing, but that's neither here nor there for these purposes, except that it tastes good. And thank you, JB, shout out. For the brainstorming session. But, yeah, I really liked where our convos always tend to go, and I don't even recall how this all started, but it was a good suggestion. Oh, yeah, no, I do remember. I think I was like, well, since you're watching, do I sound stupid? And then you proceeded to give me suggestions, which I said, interesting. But in the brainstorming of, like, the name and the channel idea and, I thought Catharsis was such a great addition. Even though you didn't say it right, you said the definition. And the definition was perfect. And I knew what the word was. And it rhymed. And it works with my, little, I don't know, mental quirkiness. I don't know. I like wordplay. I was going to say, not to be confused with foreplay, but, I like to play. Let's just say I like to play just in general. Actually, I had a previous video during, the dark days where I took down, but it was like an hour talk about, like, we should just play more. Why don't people just play? Life is meant to be enjoyed. It was a good video. I mean, maybe it'll, topics change, people change, things change. But yeah, I remember JB was just like, it'd be good if you had a topic, or, you could tell you have an idea when you're starting, but then I don't know where you go. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty true to my nature. I might get on something and then, I don't know. But I definitely will have that roller coaster of up and down, and especially if I get excited about something, and then I'm like, phew. But, okay, look, this channel is not going to be like all human design, I don't think. I don't know. I'm still very new to that study. Very, very new to that study. But I am fully consumed by it. It is like my jam right now. So all I want to do is talk about it and read about it and watch videos about it and listen to things about it and talk to people about it. And I can really see the patterns. I can really see the correlations and how everything comes together with that. So, like, that's so cool. Why wouldn't I talk about it? Actually, I just watched the show Maniac on Netflix. It's a limited episode release or whatever. I don't know what you call it. It says it right there, but I don't remember what it is. But there's only 10 episodes, and I don't think there's going to be multiple seasons. But, like, yo, it is so... to me, it was really good. I was up till... I started watching it last night, and I was up till 4 a.m. binging And then I finished the rest of it tonight because I was just like I had to go to bed at 4. I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I still had energy at 2, but came 4, I was like, oh my god, I'm so tired. It was really, really good. This whole binging thing, I love it and I hate it. Like, I don't really watch television. I don't really watch, shows. But when I like something, and then it's like this whole Netflix vortex where they have all of them, like Black Mirror was the last one that I was cray-cray about. Prior to that was Sense8. Oh my gosh. All of these. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Sense8 was really hitting me on that empath level, right? And that I was, like, when I was binging on that, it was, like, such a perfect timing, too, because that's when I was really going through another third eye awakening, or next level or whatever. Like, I was really sensitive. I wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling like everything was just, it was when I was getting, like, during, like, I'd been in my sobriety for a few months by that point, so, like, definitely everything was like, and I didn't have my past coping mechanisms, so I was just, oh my gosh. And then Sense8 came into my life, and I was just like, oh, empaths unite! Oh, we're all, like, I don't know, I really connected with that. And then, of course, Black Mirror, you know, I was on one of my probably, like, you know, what do they call those, conspiracy theory type of, like, little bingey moments. I go in and out of those things, but, you know, when you see patterns and things make sense, it's hard not to kind of go super nutto with it. And, yeah, try not to get too out of hand. Like, I know. It really comes back to that, what are you gonna do? But, like, sometimes when you see stuff, man, it's just like, ooh, buddy. But, I mean, that came up around the time when I was really, like, tripping about, like, technology and AI. And then nowadays, everything with the AI, it's so crazy. And then Maniac is the latest one. And I remember seeing that on the Netflix, like, you know, you should watch. And it looked interesting. It looked a little scary to me. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, I liked the 2 lead actors. And I thought it would be like something like, I knew I would want to sit down and really pay attention, not just like, you know, I also watch a lot of like the stand-up comedy and things like that. I was like, okay, that's an hour, I'll pay attention, and I'll get up and go. I really am not good at the playing things in the background just to have them playing. Like, I need to see everything. I will pause and rewind. I'm probably a pain to watch things with if it's something I'm really into, because I don't want to miss. I know, you know, that billboard was placed there for a reason, so I want to pause and like get on camera and read it. You know, I'm forever analyzing and just wondering what was the purpose of that. What was it that, like, I'll watch like movies that I love. I'll watch the commentary, which again, I don't watch a whole lot of things, so I just like the things that I like, I know very, very well because I've watched over and over and over and deeper and deeper. And I think Maniac is gonna be one of those ones I'm gonna watch again. Eventually, not like anytime soon, because I did give up 2 nights for that. But it's really good, and it wasn't at all what I thought based off of the preview. So of course I enjoyed that even more. But it was really mental and kind of, and it was a little quirky. I mean, what do you like cinematography? The director, like, how some of the scenes were, you know, kind of had like, what is that? Almost like Tarantino and the Kill Bill. What do they call that? I'm not a cinephile, so I don't know all these proper terms, but I mean, I know. Well, obviously, I don't know anything. I just know it looks a certain way. But it had its moments, and then I have all these questions, but really kind of like about mapping the mind and how it controls us and our behaviors. And I mean, totally looking at it from human design perspective, I'm like, oh yeah, homegirl, I'm sure that would be a great reflection of a manifester, and maybe he was a reflector. I mean, I don't really know, but just trying to make those comparisons and connect those dots is really fascinating. And then, you know, obviously with this, I'm in this phase of like, you know, as a mental projector, you know, I realize that my mind is very active, you know, and conceptualization, articulation of said things is very important to me. So it was just neat. I highly recommend it, but you might not like what I like. So, you know, you'll just have to, well, you don't have to look at it, but I would recommend giving it a shot. And then if you like it, cool. And if not, cool. Yeah, man, I realized I had a comment on my last video. I also realized I probably, you know, I wasn't thinking when I named that video like Halloween 2018 or whatever, the last one, because, you know, it turned to October 31st while I was recording, so I was just like, oh, it's Halloween, you know, 2018, and then I wrote some other stuff, and so it kind of rhymed, it kind of had a flow. But I had a couple of views, and I'm pretty sure it's just from people who are like looking up Halloween and probably weren't looking for some lengthy diatribe about, you know, this and that. But some kid, because he looked young, in his little picture, I don't know, had commented like, it's not 2018, it's 2018, and like 6 exclamation points. So he really meant that. He really had some feelings about 20 versus 2000. So I don't know. Maybe it's something with his age. Maybe he was born in like 2000 or 2001, and you know he doesn't want to be. He's like, I'm not 2018. I'm 18. I'm too. I don't know. I really don't know what that was about. And that's why I was like, do I comment? Do I not? Do I like it? I'm like, yay! I got a comment. I'm like, wow, this kid's really up in his feelings. I'm like, oh, that's a reflection of a reflection. What are you really saying to yourself, Leslie? I was like, huh, tomato, tomato. I was like, yeah, maybe in your timeline. I don't know, I had all these things, and finally the best thing was just inaction. Although now I suppose I'm taking a little bit of action because I'm talking about it here, but, you know, it's just funny. Different things, different strokes, different folks. Again, this is just for me, you know, like when my friend JB was talking about like tips and stuff, like, you know, noted, but at the same point, this is my catharsis. This is me just like, verbal dumping, like just to get stuff out, like just to, whatever. And so all these, like, you know, and I was thinking, when I was thinking about, you know, because when you title it, you put a video and it has like tags. I was like, yeah, I put tags just because it asks. So I thought, you know, it's like the open area. So do you just do it just to do it? But then I'm like, do I really care if this is found? By like me putting up a title and an image. Oh, and I love my image. That was actually a candle that I had burning on my ancestral altar for Dia de los Muertos. And it was a candle that's probably about 18 years old, if not 20 or so, that my ex-stepdad, who has since transitioned this plane, had given to me many moons ago, and I've held on to it for years, and then, I don't know, for some reason I felt like burning it that day, and it burned so cool! I'm seeing all sorts of images in it. It's like it cracked open. I feel like it's like breaking open, breaking out of the shell. It looks like a phoenix rising. There looks like 2 faces, like in the wax in the front, like they're talking. It looks almost like, maybe like a hooded figure, maybe the hermit, maybe the wise woman, like holding on to something, like about to enter this illuminated cave. And I don't know, I see so many cool things. I'm so happy to have that as my banner. And then now, you know, just using the definition of catharsis as the description, it's like so perfect and all in due time. And then, I don't know, is that like part of that projector thing that all just happened in its right time? That's not so much because I'm wanting, you know, viewers and subscribers and, you know, It's a weird thing. It's such a weird thing to notice. Like, on the one hand, like, yeah, I kind of want subscribers because I want to know if somebody's watching it, but then that comes with the risk of their judgment or misinterpretation or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, I'm doing this for myself and for my health. But as a projector, I know that in here somewhere, whoever does watch this, even if it's just that one person, like, there are things in here that will resonate with people. Like, that is my job. That is my aura type, to shed some light on some stuff. And I don't know, so far I've just been talking about myself. In fact, I started off being like, I only know how to talk about myself, but it is my observations. So, and then my observations on the world is like, we are all seeking so much attention. We have, like, the avenues to do it more easily, readily than ever before. And it's like that weird, I wanted to say it's like that weird joke that, like, the people who are just, you know, as the human design Hawaii cats call it, blah blah. People who are just blah blahing all over the place. They seem to have all the confidence in the world. The folks who are perpetuating these images and stereotypes and, like, not thinking for themselves, and, you know, they've got all the confidence. They have no shame in their game. They're all out there. And then the people who, you know, I like to say, I would like to think like myself, who do have some substance, who have, like, some more depth, maybe offer a little insight, maybe help you get to your own deeper beliefs, or just to think a little more critically about your own, whether you agree with me or not, about, you know, matters in your own life. Like, we have no confidence. We're so afraid of what other people think. Now, this also brings up the question of, like, wow, Leslie, you know, that's a little bit of judgment on those other cats. I mean, at least they're, you know, in a way, they're finding their voice. That's their journey. That's their path. Like, if we were talking about from a human design perspective, everything is in its due time, and they are doing exactly what they need to be doing anyways. It's all part of the game, the plan. We need those folks just like we need the other folks. So even if it looks some way to me, there are clearly, you know, by the numbers of these views and things like that or whatever, there are people who it resonates with. Or there are people who are just trying to utilize that to get, like, their own attention. Like, look at my page, or you're wrong. I'm going to comment with 6 exclamation points because you said 2018 instead of 2018. I really don't really care about that. It's interesting. It was funny to me. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, is that my first troll? Like, oh, I hope he has, like, big hair, because trolls are supposed to, remember they used to sell the trolls, and they had the little gem in their belly button, and you rub their hair, and it was supposed to be good luck. So I'm like, oh, that's a good luck troll with exclamation points. Winning perspective is everything. So I don't know. You know, I like, and that's it too. Like, I'll start and I'll just go, and then I stop. Now I think that's a big. I've heard, you know, that's a projector thing too. Like, we get this energy, and then we'll go, and I don't know if it's more mental projector that will just talk and blah until a point where topic is exhausted, and then we're like, and end, done, and scene. So I guess this is where my notes would be helpful, but again, I have notes, but they're all over the place. So I don't know. So I don't know. I like my channel thing. Like, I am kind of, like, proud of it. Like, I like that that's my pictures, and, you know, it's not, like, even my picture that I changed to, it's not a headshot picture. It was like a picture I just took when I was messing around. And I like the play of the light and the dark on that, and I just love how all that came together. Now, did that come together all in its due time just because it was going to anyways? Was that a thing that required no effort? Am I thinking too much about it right now? Probably. But what I will say is all of that to get to the point of I was just looking at my time because I have my music here is like, well, how long is this? I'm listening to New York jazzy hip hop by Fantastic Music with a 31:57 time. I'm gonna see if I can stick to that, but I don't know. That's in 20 or 10 minutes. But yeah, I know these hour-long videos ain't gonna cut it. But then again, if I have that much to talk about, whatever. I don't know. But I was kind of going through it today, y'all. Like, and please, mental projectors, like, holla at your girl. Like, I know I'm not the only one out there, but like, where are we? Why aren't we talking? This is what we do. We talk ad nauseum. And like, do you find that we have cycles like the reflectors? I asked that to someone with a Sia, Free Your Mind to Shine. She and I had a Q&A session on a YouTube live. Like I was doing, she gave me my first design reading, human design reading. And then, I was following her and I saw her on YouTube live. I was like, oh, Sia, what's up? Hey, we got questions. And, I had asked her if she thought that mental projectors were a little similar, being that they have so many open centers below the throat. I mean, like all of those, the emotional and the energy centers are all like, and reflectors have all open centers. And I have defined ajna and throat. So also have that personality, that head center is open too. So, but I was wondering if we tend to operate like on the moon cycles or astrological cycles. And she was saying no. She was saying more that we need to talk things out and have like a sounding board, and that's the authority. But I don't know. I've been noticing a pattern like around this time last month, the beginning of the month. I was just kind of in this state. I don't want to say it was sad. Well, no, it was sadness. I was sad. I was sad today. It was like frustrated sad. Just like, FML, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Am I wasting it all away? I was like, I know the things I should be doing, but I'm not doing them. Is this my lot in life? Do I just need to be satisfied? I know that this will change. I know that this will pass. What do they call it? My friend Hippie Sean, yeah. It was like Sad Girls Club. I was in a total Sad Girls Club space today. I was just, like, I just didn't understand. I was like, it was, how do I say? It was just like, I was really getting kind of like frustrated. Not about my design, but about my design. Because the mental projector, we are supposed to talk things out. Whereas everyone else, well, except for the reflectors, but even then they get the moon cycle. Like everyone else, it's, they have a specific spot to feel in their body. Now, as I'm paying attention and feeling things in my body, I don't know what any of them mean. I don't know if that's go left or don't go left. I don't know if that is my mind being like, oh, that's not something that's good for you, or if my body is picking up on somebody else who's trying to tap into my energy, and then I'm saying, oh, that's not good for you. I don't, like, it's so confusing. And, like, the projectors, we're supposed to be out in the world. We're supposed to be interacting and, quote unquote, help. Well, I shouldn't even say quote unquote, but, like, we're supposed to be helping generators. We're guides for generators. The generators are, they maintain the system. Manifestors are like the energy that gets it going. They start the things. Generators, manifesting generators, like, keep it all together. Projectors see and, do the guiding. And reflectors kind of like let us know where we're all at. But the projector's not supposed to just be sitting in her room by herself thinking about this stuff. On the flip side, we are supposed to be mastering systems. And I don't know if that's the 5-2 profile, the 2 portion being my design, which is the hermit, which is quite content staying alone and thinking about things and going really, really deep into them. But I don't know, I I don't know how I'm supposed to help people and be that way. This seems like a pretty interesting trip, you know? I can, from the comfort of my home, record videos. But then even then, it's like, I don't have a point. I don't have, like, let me tell you guys about something in 5 minutes. I'll probably talk about a lot of different things. Almost every video is not going to end where it began, honestly. Like, it's just going to run the muck. And even when I, like, that's even when how I write. Like, when I was trying to come up with idea, like, not even trying to come up with, but I'll have an idea and I'm like, oh, let me make a note of that. So then when I go to do a video, you know, I have notes. But the problem is then I start, like, channel writing, and then I just go into all of, you know, my blah blah, and I will have a different understanding than when I first began. And then, so it's kind of like, well, there's no need to do a video because I'm out of that loop now. I wrote about it. I got it out. So I kind of have to do this stuff in real time, like, as it's processing and feeling. Now, I did write a little bit. I mean, well, it turned into a lot. And even now, it's a lot. So I can't, like, sit here and read all of those notes, you know, because I wrote a lot. And, I mean, but I wasn't about to record. I was crying. Oh, I was crying because I was so sad in my heart. Like, I just felt like my design in particular just seemed quite futile. Not only is the mental projector, you know, designed to be about conceptualization and communication of ideas and quest for truth and knowledge, but the 5 portion, the personality, the side that I'm not supposed to really, like, is supposed to be the lens, but it's still not, I'm not supposed to be following that. It's supposed to be the design. So the 5 is concerned with higher truths. But that's the joke. Like, the higher truths, I'm never really going to actually find. They're beyond, like, my little brain's conceptualization. And I tend to be kind of out there. And then as I'm studying my gates and my channels and that are defined, again, because we technically all have access to all of this. And it's in our interactions with one another when things get lit up. And so, you know, you have your open centers and your defined gates and all this sort of stuff. I'm not even trying to pretend like I'm teaching. I leave links. Do your thing, please. But my preliminary study is just like, yep, you know, you're looking for higher truths. You want the deeper meanings. You want to talk about it. You want to, and I was like, but I will never find that information. It's impossible. Like, the degree of the level that I'm, like, literally designed to be, like, looking at and curious about, I will never get to. Like, I just can't. That's impossible. There's no way. So it just seems so futile. It just seemed like, so I'm designed to forever be not, to never win. And yet, that is supposed, what's the word I'm looking for, but, like, projectors are supposed to be successful. Like, success is, like, the key when you're operating in yourself. And as the way that I would look at it right now is the things that would make me feel successful would be being able to communicate higher truths and higher ideals, but, like, I'm also forever the student. I am perpetually the student. I'll never get to that. And I was just feeling so, like, what am I doing with my life? I'm sitting here waiting for what? What, you know, you have to go out into the world. Again, everything that I've studied, everything that I know is, like, you know, you can't just be on the sidelines. And then I was like, is all of this, are all my studies just excuses? I don't know, that's what I wrote there. I don't know if it's an escape or excuse or, oh, golly gee. Oh, it was such a good thing, too. Empowering or excusing, right? Because I feel like even the whole, like, empath It's like, yeah, you're very emotional, you're empathic. And it's like, okay, am I just coming up with another word for being like bipolar? So like when I'm feeling good and I'm really feeling good, and then when I'm feeling down, I'm really feeling down. Yeah, that sounds, I mean, from the psychological perspective, and then of course it's a psychological point of view just to mask empathic nature. I mean, you know, it really can go both ways. And this is probably the problem of getting all caught up in this mental, it's this or it's that. It just is. And the crazy part is like, I've always been like this. I've always been, you know, interested in meditation, the concept of the one, we're all the blanket. No, that's I Heart Huckabee's reference. The key of no mind, the key of the witnesser. I mean, it's like these things have always been there, and I'm feeling like, oh, cool, human design is bringing a way for it to come down and make the next level of sense. Although now I'm seeing something about gene keys, and I'm like, oh my god, one thing at a time. I don't even know what gene keys are. I have no clue. But I think it has something to do with the gates aspect and the I Ching thing and the DNA. But that's one thing at a time. But, and I think that's what started. It was like I was already kind of in like a saddish moment, you know, and then this song came on like while I was cooking. I made some dope black bean chili today. Black bean and sweet potatoes and carrots and celery and stuff. Oh my. Oh, it's still cooking down, but it's delicious. Although I was tasting, I was just like, something is missing. And I realized I didn't even put any garlic in there. Like, such a rookie mistake. No garlic? Anyways, I fixed that and added a few more spices and a little bit of hot sauce. Oh, yeah. So delicious. And I made like a ton of that. So I'm set for a few days. Woo woo! But while I was like in this moment and thinking, you know, reflecting, because I'm big on Spirit DJ, so that's why I love digital, you know, music or playlists, or like doing Pandora or something where it's just kind of like some random shuffle. I love seeing what songs play, because it's almost always going to be something that's like, oh, golly gee, that's exactly what I needed in this moment. But the song that came on was Patience. And I am so tired of patience. Or of getting the message of patience. It's like, I get it. And you know, I'm trying to be, obviously I don't get it. But I also don't need it, like, put back in my face all the time. I mean, maybe I do. Maybe that's the thing to bring it back into, like, woosah less, woosah. But it doesn't help me woosah. I don't need, hey, Leslie, be patient when I'm in, like, one of those moments. And, you know, I'm trying. And that's the crazy part. It's like, I'm trying. And that's very mental to try. I'm tolerating, but tolerance is not patience, you know. And then that idea that patience is a practice. It's not a thing to attain or that you just get to be. It's, you know, it's not like enlightenment or like it's a practice. But like that just broke me down. I was just like, I know, I'm just so tired of, like, I feel sad. I don't even want to say I'm so tired, like, because it is what it is, and that's what I'm saying. That's the confusing part. It's like there's this one part of me that totally gets, like, dude, take a pill, like, chill pill. But take a pill, chill out, relax, like, ohm it away. Like, you're good. It's all the design, dude. It's all the plan. But there's that other side that's like, you know, take action, and, you know, the early bird catches the worm. You gotta, you know, do those things. And then it's this added thing of the mental projector. It's like, because as I'm feeling this way, I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I don't want to do anything. I'll just hide out. And it's like, well, you can't just hide out. I mean, luckily I can. Right now, I am in a position where I'm able to do that. I'm forever grateful. But I would like my conditions to be a little different. So then it's like, oh, am I just not being grateful? or it could be worse, but like, maybe it's that desire, it's that mental desire that we always want more. Maybe that's just a human thing. I don't know. These, and then what's crazy is the human design Hawaii videos. Like, if you dig those videos, from them, like on YouTube, I highly recommend you, subscribe to, donate, do the donation and subscribe, because they've got a whole bunch of deep stuff in the Unleashed section that's been like blowing my mind, and it's hilarious because like everyone I've listened to, I'm like, oh, this is so amazing, this is so amazing. Then I go through something and then I switch to another section, and like, because I'm hopping all around, there's no chronological order for me. I'm hopping all around, then I go to another one, and it's exactly what I needed. So later today, earlier today from this point, but later from my patient song breakdown, I was listening to a talk that was really validating. I mean, it was on Halloween, which I was like, oh, my last video was done on Halloween. It seemed very synchronistic, and it just kind of reminded me to come back to present, but like, I was really getting kind of caught up in that like mental factor, and still like, I don't even know, my body is feeling one way, is my mind feeling one way, who's talking, who's, and then the I is doing her best to not get involved with either and watch. And it's uncomfortable for all three of us, let me just say. I mean, yeah, I just don't understand. And then it's funny too, because it's like, I guess people think that human design is like, psycho-cultish or whatever. I saw someone post something like, or I've seen some things about that, which I was like, that's so weird. But that's funny because that's not unnew to me. Like I said, I was a sannyasin of Osho's work, and then I saw like a friend had posted on her Halloween, her and her friends, they dressed up like a cult, and then they were Osho, and because they were known for wearing the maroon robes and things like that. And I was just like, huh, do I have a theme of kind of going for these fringe groups or fringe thought patterns? But they make sense to me. They don't seem like, my book of birthdays, my birthday does say that people born on my day can tend to go down the wrong paths with the absolute conviction that like what they're looking at is right and right for all. I'm like, oh. I never used to think that when I was younger, but maybe now. I just thought that was my curious little dark Scorpio moon, but who knows? Or not moon, gosh, rising. Yeah, so I don't know. That was a whole thing, but I'm gonna keep trying to watch those videos, and hopefully I'm gonna get somewhere else. But that's currently where I'm at right now. I'm in this curious space of like, okay, all the information that I have, all these books, oh my gosh, all this like, not even just like go-getter stuff, but just like, be, do, have. You can do anything and take action and don't see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. And it's like, on the other hand, it's like I'd love to shave my head and go sit on the mountain and just meditate away from it all, knowing that I am in perfect alignment and one. But is that escapism, right? Is that no different from drinking your troubles away or just not engaging in life? I don't know. And then there's that whole wherever you are is where you meant to be. There's a lot of confusing stuff out there going on. And then it's like, just feel in your body. Oh, well, mental projectors, you don't have it in your body to really feel into. Like, you need to talk it out and sounding board. And then you can tap in and feel. It's like, I don't even understand what any of this means. Like, it can be very frustrating. And then, just having to be in that, like, absolute state of trust that it's all unfolding, and then is this just part of the deconditioning process? Is this just And then I will say, so as much as I've been stalking the Human Design Hawaii stuff, I didn't see this video except until today, because I'm sure my internet is listening to me. There was this brief video from like 9 years ago about the deconditioning, shattering process, and about the mind shattering. So maybe that's all this is. I'm just experiencing a mental shatter amidst the mental chatter. Like that. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand. I want to grasp, but there's nothing to grasp, and it's just, I know I'm going to have an aha moment, only to realize that that aha is really just going to be at the bottom of the next rung of the ladder. And then, you know, to be fair, that's the life of the scientist, right? I mean, there are many scientists who spend their entire life, their life's work, trying to find, you know, the meaning of existence or something that seems like a really lofty, you know, adventure with no true end in sight. But maybe they find things along the way. Maybe that's the whole point of it. I don't know what the whole point of it is, but these are some of the things I'm thinking about right now. I'm not sad like I was earlier. Maniac kind of helped because I'm a maniac on the floor. And I probably am dancing like I've never danced before in this game of life. It's a beautiful thing. Anyways, thanks for checking this out. And that was my cathartic breakdown for the day. So thanks. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Have a great night, day, whatevs. Thank you. Bye.